Aging Services. And I have two of my very esteemed colleagues with me today. So Shelley Fortune. Shelley, I'll let you introduce yourself.
All right. Hi, I'm Shelley Fortune, and I'm the In-Home Services Director here at Missoula Aging.
And Kate Kottner.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm the Resource Center Manager.
Can't hear you, Kate. Kate may be having a problem with her microphone, so she will be back in just a second. So Kate is our Resource Center Manager, and so she's going to be sharing some information about different programming, and here she is. She's going to be apparently.
Hi, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. My mic says it's on. So anyway, I'm Kate Kottner, and I'm the Resource Center Manager. Happy to be here.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all for coming and making the time to be here today. I am going to open up. Open up this PowerPoint, and then I will get. Are you kidding? All right. So I am going to share my screen. Russ, are you ready? You're good?
I'm good, Jordan.
All righty. Let's get going here then. Okay. Go back. This one right here. Where'd the button go? Present. Great. All right, take it away.
Okay. So are you going to control this then for me, or am I in control?
Yep, I gotcha.
Okay.
I'm your tech.
Okay. Okay, so let's go to slide 2 then, Jordan. So can you forward to slide 2, Jordan?
Is the mission slide 2?
It is, but I don't see that. I only get the slide 1. I don't know if other people are seeing.
Yeah, no, Jordan, you're stuck on slide 1.
Okay. Hang on a second. I'm having some technical problems today, so.
Thank you so much for saying that.
All right. Everyone can see it now, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Still the first slide. Yeah, I see that. Okay. But let's see. Make it bigger. And if I present, is everyone seeing the first slide?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In presentation mode. Are we on the second one now?
Not in presentation mode.
What the heck? Okay, we're just gonna do it like this then. Can
Okay.
everyone see the next slide now?
We
Yeah.
can.
Yep. Okay, great. Perfect.
Okay. So the mission of Missoula Aging Services is to promote the independence, dignity, and health of older adults and those who care for them. And we do that as part of our vision statement. So our vision is that Missoula Aging Services is the voice of older adults. We provide services, programs and services in our communities. And this is the really important part, empowering people to age with confidence and without fear. So this idea of without fear and with confidence is something we really went through in a lot of detail with our board. And these are really important concepts for us as our kind of 20-year vision. So part of that is what we're doing today and explaining to you our programs. And then in a couple weeks, I think Jordan has arranged to come over and do some extra diving into food insecurity within older adults. So we will be diving into some additional work around those areas of empowering older adults to age with confidence and without fear. So today I'm going to talk about our nutrition programs. So that'll be slide 4. And unfortunately, you don't get to see the beautiful picture of Mary Rose. So Mary Rose is our face for March for Meals this year. She is a recipient of the Meals on Wheels, and there's a picture of her, and you'll see it in our newsletters this year. She's a lovely lady and has been in the community for a long time. So today we're going to talk about our community lunch programs, our Meals on Wheels program, which is also known as home delivered meals, our liquid supplement program. And I don't want to poach volunteers from the food bank, but I do want to say it would be very disrespectful of me to not point out that our meal programs, all of them, are only able to operate because of volunteers. So we have about 120 Meals on Wheels drivers that are active, delivering 21 different routes every day. Our community lunch programs are all run by volunteers, and our liquid supplement is delivered to people's homes by volunteers each week. So it is a very important, volunteers are a very important part of our nutrition programs, as well as almost every one of our programs here at Missoula Aging Services. So let's go to slide 5 on our community lunch program. So I'm going to provide you all a little deeper dive into each one of these programs, specifically looking at eligibility, where it happens, and if there's a cost related to it. My understanding is that you're helping to provide information to folks as they navigate through different systems. So you're going to get a little deeper dive into some of these aspects, and I hope that'll be helpful for you. So our community lunch program, you have to be over the age of 60, or you can be disabled under the age of 60, residing in a housing facility directly related to elder or senior housing. So in Missoula, that would be like a Missoula Manor or Burlington Square, Clark Fork, Riverside, some of those types of places. You can be a disabled person living in the same house as someone over 60, or their non-spouse caregiver. If you're under the age of 60, you can still receive the community lunch deal. If you're a volunteer at the program and you're under the age of 60, you can get your lunch there as well, Medicaid recipients, and then spouses. So the community lunch programs are handled within Missoula County at Missoula Senior Center, the Lolo Community Center, and Sealy-Cincy Senior Center. So Missoula is Monday through Friday. Lolo, they have their lunch programs on Thursday. Sealy-Cincy does, I believe, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, Friday. Each one of the centers asks for a donation. It is a suggested donation for people to be able to receive their meal. We provide some funding, but we don't fund the entire meal. So they are asking for donations to fund the entire meal. Most of the centers are asking for $5 for a lunch, which is pretty reasonable. And people can use their SNAP card if they want to for getting their lunch. But nobody will be turned away if they cannot make a donation. It's actually against federal law to turn somebody away if they can't make a donation. So the next slide is our Meals on Wheels program, or our home delivered meals. So this program it's bound by the Older Americans Act. So those are the eligibility criteria that we have to use for our over 60 population. And so all of our folks have to be homebound, and that is according to the definition of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, which means that they have to be not able to either shop for themselves or prepare their own meal by themselves, or with a caregiver doing that work for them. So we don't really want you all to be making that determination, just to be able to explain to people that's a requirement. They have to be homebound. We can't just deliver a meal to somebody who is otherwise able to make their own meal. Let us make those determinations, talking to people. We have social workers that are very skilled at getting to making somebody eligible is any way we possibly can. So people either have to be over the age of 60, so that would be the Older Americans Act eligibility, or they can be, if they are disabled and under the age of 60. This is one of the programs that Missoula Aging Services operates using purely grant funding. So we don't get any state or federal money to serve home delivered meals to disabled people under the age of 60. We do not require a certification that they're disabled. They just have to say that, you know, they're unable to do their own meal because of whatever their disability is. So we serve to about 30 to 40 people that are otherwise unable to get their meal in a consistent way under the age of 60. Our over the age of 60 population, we're serving about 400 meals a day to those folks. Those meals are prepared at the Providence Center over on Orange Street. And all of the meals are prepared to be low fat, low sodium. So they're good, healthy meals. They're anticipated to be a third of somebody's daily intake calories. We can provide a frozen meal if they need a second meal each day. We can make that so somebody can get up to 2/3 of their daily intake. Each meal has to be nutritionally balanced, and we have our requirements that we have to deal with there. As well as we are able to accommodate a number of requests. We do not operate a restaurant, so we don't take orders. We have a menu for the day, but what we can accommodate are if people have dentation issues. So if somebody needs their meal chopped or pureed, we can do that. If somebody has health issues, allergies or medication issues, we can accommodate those. A common example is if somebody's on Coumadin or blood thinner, they're not supposed to be taking green leafy vegetables. So if Brussels sprouts are on the menu, they will get something other than Brussels sprouts. If somebody has dentation issues, not only will their meal be chopped for them, but rather than getting an apple, they'll get applesauce. Probably our most common menu request that we do is diabetic. So all the meals are low sodium, low fat, so they're diabetic friendly. And then we just swap out desserts because everybody needs dessert every day. And they'll just get a sugar-free dessert of some sort. It's either something that's been cooked in the kitchen that's diabetic approved, or they'll get pudding or fruit cups or something along those lines. Super easy for people to enroll in the Meals on Wheels program. You just call one number, 406-728-7682. That number is answered by live people. There's no press 1, press 2s. Live people will answer that. They'll conduct a quick phone interview and an intake process. And then there will be a visit from a home care manager into the home to help to look at other aspects of what's going on in somebody's life. What we find is that the meal program sometimes is just a symptom of something bigger that's happening that we can provide some additional assistance to. So we found that home visit is super important. There is no direct cost. There is a suggested donation for people who receive their meals. The suggested donations based on the income of the person, their health status, and their living circumstances. So if they're renters or own their own home, Meals on Wheels is not a low income only program. It is eligible. Anybody who can participate, depending on their income, they can participate. It doesn't matter what their income is. And we have a number of people who are in the upper income that participate because of they're unable to make their meal any other way. And they make a very nice donation to the program to keep it eligible and running for everybody else. Medicaid waiver can also be used to pay for the Meals on Wheels program, both the Big Sky waiver as well as the SDMI waiver. And then the last of our meal programs is our liquid supplement. So our liquid supplement is the Ensure product. So we carry in-house here Ensure Plus in Glucerna. And then we can order any of the specialty Ensure products on a special order basis. They can either be delivered directly to somebody's home. So delivery day is Wednesday. So if somebody needs their products delivered, or they can be picked up here at the office. We do ask for payment in advance based on and our payment is actually based on the cost of the product. So we have no markup on this product, and we actually get a pretty substantial discount from Abbott Labs that makes this a pretty economical program for people who need liquid supplement. Folks can use their SNAP benefits as well as Medicaid waiver for covering those costs. There is no free liquid supplement program because it's a pretty expensive product for us to be providing as well. So to order, all somebody needs to do, again, is to call 406-728-7682, and one of those nice live people will do a phone interview and conduct the intake process and get that started for folks. So I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Shelley. And Shelley's going to talk with you a little bit about memory care support.
Great. Well, just so you know, I could talk about this for about an hour. So if you have any other questions or would like to learn more, feel free to just reach out to me or Gabe Gores, who is the Care Management Program Manager. So a little bit about memory care support services is that we were awarded a grant from the Administration for Community Living to create a dementia-specific home and community-based services program. And with that program, our goal is to help individuals experiencing cognitive decline or memory loss to age in place in their homes as long as possible with various supports. So we have two target populations that we're working with, individuals living alone with Alzheimer's and related dementia, or family members caring for someone with ADRD. They do not have to have a diagnosis of dementia. What we do is a brief 8-question survey assessment to determine the level of cognitive decline. And if they score positively for that, then we can roll them into the program. So we have care managers who are working with the individuals. And then we have our family caregiver support specialists working with the family caregivers. And we do cover Missoula and Ravalli County for this program. And with the support of the care managers and the caregiver support specialists, they complete various assessments to determine, where folks are at risk-wise living in the home. Also do a home safety evaluation. If home safety needs are identified, then we loop in our occupational therapist who can go in and do a full assessment of the home, looking for and making recommendations for durable medical equipment or any other devices that would help improve safety. And then we have a home modification coordinator who can actually,
here's some information.
Modifications, install the grab bars, we install ramps. And for home modifications, we have a
Here it is on the map.
$1,500 available to help cover the costs of those pieces. Then the other piece for our family caregivers is that we also have $1,200 set aside to help pay for respite costs. And then also for caregivers. We have educational opportunities, as well as just the general support of someone to call when things get really tough. So in a nutshell, that is our memory care support services, and referrals can be made online. If you go to our website and scroll all the way to the bottom, we do have a HIPAA compliant referral portal for that, or you can just call our office and ask to speak with Gabe about it. It's a very quick rundown. There's a lot to it.
Okay. Well, we're going to turn it over to Kate, and she's going to talk with you about the Resource Center. This is an area that I think can be a great bit of information for you all as you're working with older adults who are in need of additional help.
Yeah, good morning. So I manage the Resource Center, and our strength really in the Resource Center is providing one-on-one consultations and appointments to older adults and people with disabilities on a variety of topics. And so one of the main things that we do is we help people with Medicare and also Medicaid. And a really important factor in what we do is that we are trained and certified to provide unbiased education and assistance to our clients. So just as an example, there are a lot of agents and brokers around town who are really knowledgeable about Medicare, but they're selling a product. And so the difference with us is that we're not selling anything. We're helping people to navigate Medicare and Medicaid and showing them all their options, educating them, and helping them to decide what's best for them, not based on us getting any kickback. And I think that's really important. Another thing that we do is we provide caregiver consultations. That involves a lot of listening and support of our clients, and also reviewing with them what their options are for long-term care, for planning and cost and all of those things. And we might refer to a lot of other programs and services at Missoula Aging Services or in the community, but we do a lot of consultations for people about long-term care options. And then we do benefit screening appointments, and that's kind of a general intake appointment is kind of how I think of it at Missoula Aging Services, where we have a conversation with the client and just kind of see how things are going, what programs and services they're accessing, what their situation is, their budget, their expenses, their income, their resources. And then we see what maybe they're not accessing that they're eligible for, and go ahead and schedule them if they want to apply for anything that they're not accessing that may be helpful. And then we also help people with the 2EC tax credit, also known as the elderly homeowner renter tax credit. And that's a really important thing that we do for our clients because it can bring up to $1,150 back into an eligible person's budget for that year. So we do a lot of those. And any of these appointments or just a consultation with a resource specialist can be accessed by calling 728-7682.
Okay. In our last two slides, we don't need to go over all of this. You got a very quick view of Missoula Aging Services, but I did provide you a list of some of the other programming that we have available. Again, the only thing that people would need to know is to call 728-7682, and they can get their help with any of the programs that are available. So with that, I'm going to see if you all have any questions and quit talking.
Yeah, Russ, that was awesome. Thank you, Russ, Shelley, and Kate for that. That was absolutely incredible and super helpful to give us a little bit better idea of some of the programs. Lori, you have a question.
I have a question for Kate and Shelley about costs of any of these services that you talked about, because many and maybe most of the people we serve at the food bank can't pay much of anything, if at all. So
I didn't hear the question.
The question is cost for any of the services for resources.
There is no cost for any of the services that we provide in the Resource Center. We always accept donations from our clients, but there's no cost services we provide.
And there's also no cost for the memory care support services.
Thanks for asking.
Marilyn, you have a question?
Sure. We,
I think Jordan Zoom is a little bit delayed. Wayne, go for it, and then Marilyn and Robin got a in the chat.
number managers. I'm not certain. There's some sort of certificate that all different kinds of organizations. Should we be talking to the case manager about directing them to your phone number? People come in, they're actually shut down. And I only for their
Great referrals and memory care as well as nutrition. So, you know, and we provide all of them in our office if they're not able to get
okay,
here.
great, thanks.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask Shelley, are the caregiver support groups still going, Shelley?
Yes, they are. Thank you, Marilyn was one of our esteemed volunteers for our caregiver support groups, and we miss her dearly. But yes, we still have
Still on Zoom?
Yep, still on Zoom right now. Yep, so we offer 2 different caregiver support groups at different times per month. And we've had really good luck actually having the meetings on Zoom, because the nature of caregiving is that it's hard to get away. So yep, those are still going, and you can refer to our website for the times and the links and how to get signed up for those.
I'm gonna, just before you go, I want to make sure Robin's question in the chat gets answered, and that is, what might be an example of a benefit that a person is not accessing?
That's a great question. One that we see pretty often, and it's a huge benefit to people, is that for whatever reason, they may be eligible for the Medicare Savings Program, but not accessing it. And that can be a huge benefit to an older adult who has a low income, because what that does is it pays their Part B premium, their Medicare Part B premium, which in 2023 is $168 a month. And then depending on their level of MSP, I don't want to get too far into the weeds, but it also could pay all their co-pays, deductibles, or co-insurance for Medicare. It could act as a supplement. So there's huge benefit to that. And we often find people that are eligible and not accessing it.
Yeah. So think about that's $168 a month that goes back into the pocket of the person who is not accessing a benefit that they're eligible.
Mhm.
That doesn't come to us. It doesn't go to the government. It goes directly to that person. And those are the ones we love.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
Jess, do you want to go?
Yeah, Missoula Aging Services team, thanks for being here. My position at Missoula Food Bank and Community Center is Senior Nutrition and Outreach Coordinator, and we'll actually be coming to meet with you in a few weeks. I do have some programmatic questions, things that you brought up during your presentation. Russ, I'm going to send those to you in an email, but super, super cool that individuals can use SNAP for the meal services, and the liquid supplement piece I know has been something I've referred to many of our customers to your services before. So really awesome work that you're all doing. Thank you.
Mhm.
So thanks,
Right.
Jess. It is our honor to be able to serve people here in Missoula County as well as in Ravalli County. So every day we get up and we love what we do. We're here before 8 o'clock.
No, we're not.
Well, okay, so Shelley's got a 3-year-old. She's not here before 8 o'clock.
Oh.
I just wanted to ask from whatever side, if I'm not sure what the state of our handouts is. I know we use your housing list often, but whatever you would like for us to pass on, we get such a barrage from every service in the community, and it's often changing, and the staff and the volunteers are all trying to keep caught up. So whatever you want us to know and whatever you want us to pass on, in whatever form, that would be helpful.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. That's actually a project that we're working on, is to update all of our handout information. So it's in an easier form and format for you to be able to hand out. And then we would specifically tailor that to what programs are going to be important for you all.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lori, thanks for bringing that up. We have so many things that we hand out here, so we'll always take the most updated, the most new, the most relevant, whatever you can give us, we'll always take it. And you can send that to me, you can send it to Caitlin, you could drop it off. Anything, we'll take it and look at it and see if we want to work with it. So does anyone else have any questions specific to Missoula, Maryland? Okay, go ahead.
Where is that Sila Sensi Senior Center? I've never ever heard of that before.
It's in Sealy Lake.
Oh,
Very nice. All right. So Missoula Aging Services, thank you so much. You're more than welcome to stay on the Zoom and hear Jess's presentation on the Roots program at the food bank. But if not, that's totally your call. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here. We really appreciated all the information you were able to share with us.
Happy to do it. And I think, at least for me, I'm going to stay on and listen to Jess.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have to sign off, but thank you all and all your volunteers for all the work that you're doing. So take care.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
Shelley. All right, folks, bear with me as I try to share Jess's presentation now.
As Jordan's getting that set up, I'll introduce myself and talk a little bit about the program. First, thanks to everyone for being here on this beautiful sunny morning in Missoula Valley. Really great to be here today. For those of you who have stepped outside, it is cold. My name is Jess Harrell. I work here at Missoula Food Bank and Community Center and serve as the Senior Nutrition and Outreach Coordinator, which means that I have to connect our seniors and elders within Missoula County and other customers coming in from outside of Missoula County to commodity supplemental food services, as well as other home delivery services with our fresh food box per resources assistance to your senior programs within our community. So, how's it going? Maybe some troubles. The room that Jordan is in is a little bit of a it's just a dark zone for our web.
You need
so
to
that could take a
send
little
it
bit.
to me and I can try to get it up if you're having a hard time, Jordan.
I can't even get anything to
That
load.
I can-
Jess, do you have it pulled up by
Jess-
chance?
I'm looking for right now. I'm not the best at finding things in Canva. Do you know what the title is? There it is. Got it. Open. Let me see if
All
I
right.
can share my screen.
Yep, let me make you a. Okay, I'm gonna have to make you the host, which means you're also gonna have to record.
Okay.
So hang on 1 second.
The program I'm going to focus on today is, we call it Roots, but that's our